Good morning, everybody. This is Saigan with another Quester's Rest, and I am sweaty as hell right now. I'm actually going to go do a shower after this, but I'm so hyped right now, I just have to talk about it. Pokemon Go is out, as I'm sure many of you are aware. I talked about it a little bit on the Dark Souls stream yesterday. So far, the experience has mostly consisted of the servers being down and having trouble, but they were steady for a good 2 hours just now. Got out my bike, rode around the neighborhood for a while, caught a bunch of Pokemon, hit a bunch of different Pokestops in the area, found a Drowsy that started off with like 134 CP. I was like, oh, sweet. I hit level 5. I was on my way to challenge the local gym, which has a Rapidash in it. And the servers went down as soon as I got there. Ugh. I currently have 2 eggs. Are the servers back up? No, it's spinning again. I currently have 2 eggs. One is in incubation. It needs 5 kilometers to hatch. Of that, I've done 1 since finding the damned thing. But this game is a great excuse to go and get outside. This isn't a paid advertisement, by the way. This is just me riding the hype train. This game is a fantastic excuse to get outside and be active. I'm not really an inactive person anyways. I do work out a couple of times a week, but it's never really heavy. It's mostly just because I live a gamer's lifestyle, so I need to take care of myself. And that means working out regularly so that I stay at my current weight instead of going up. But, oh, look, it's back up. It's back up. I'm home and it's back up, which means I need to head back out. But yeah, the game is great. Let's go over what Pokemon I've found so far. Got a Mankey, Rattata, Vulpix, my Drowsy, who is, I think I leveled him up once. I leveled him up a couple of times. He's actually at CP 139 right now. He's the one that I'm going to be using to go challenge that gym. He's got Psychic and Pound, I think. So it doesn't work exactly like Pokemon, and that's kind of a shame, but at the same time I understand the need to not just rely on this for Nintendo's singular Pokemon game. I would love to cover this. I have no idea how to record anything off of my phone, nor do I want to give everybody a map of my neighborhood. So, got a Pidgey, found a Pikachu last night after Garen's baseball game, a Jigglypuff, Venonat. I did find a Kadabra. I was curious how they had a Rapidash at the local gym so quickly, but it appears that you can find and catch certain wild evolved Pokemon anyways, because it's like the servers haven't been up long enough for people to find enough candies to do an evolution. But I found a wild Kadabra, so what do I know? Also found a wild Abra, but he got traded in for more candies. Ponyta, Eevee, Paris, and my Charmander, who I named Diablo. The game is so much fun. Oh, I have 3 eggs. I have no idea when I got that other one. Oh, of course. The first egg that I found requires 5 kilometers to hatch. The other 2 are only 2 kilometers each. The way the game works, because I'm sure some of you are curious about it, and haven't cared to go to the research, is it's all GPS based. Your phone needs to have GPS. It needs to be one of the compatible phones. They've still been rolling out different devices everywhere because they're like Android devices in Canada, last I heard, still weren't working. For Android phones, I know it's like anything that's, I think, Honeycomb 4.4 or higher should run it. Perry's is on 4.4.2, and it's a Note 2, and hers won't actually run it yet. So I'm wondering if that's going to get added. This is a Galaxy Avant. It's not exactly the best phone in the world. This is their bargain phone, and mine is running it fine. But basically, it works similar to Pokemon. You wander around, you explore, and then occasionally your phone will buzz at you, or you'll see them pop up on the phone, and you tap the Pokemon, and then it goes into a little mini game of you using your finger to swipe Pokeballs at it. And that part, I think it could use a little bit of work. It doesn't feel like there's an exact science to it yet. And that's after, 2 days of playing. Because it launched on Thursday. Or no, it launched on Wednesday, and it's Friday now. I'm closing on my house later today, so I'm all distracted by that. Just trying to kill time at this point. You capture Pokemon. Whenever you capture a Pokemon, it gives you candy of its evolution line, and it gives you Stardust. And you use Stardust and a little bit of candy to level them up, which gives them more combat power, which gives them more hit points and presumably more damage. I don't know. I haven't actually fought anyone yet because the local gym, I couldn't fight it. I'm sorry, it's so hot. Water. Depending on the Pokemon, you can also evolve them, but it requires a lot more of their candies. Also, it depends on the type. Like, to evolve a Rattata into Eradicate requires like 50, I want to say. Or no. For Rattata to Eradicate, it's like 20 or 25 candies to evolve. But for like, to evolve Charmander into Charmeleon, it's like 50. And so far, it looks like the only way to do battling is in gyms. Now, this is made by Niantic, and they also did Ingress. I played Ingress off and on for a while, and Ingress was always kind of changing and getting updated. This is already a major change from what the beta was like for Pokemon Go. So it's likely that we'll see some new changes in the future that bring this more in line with working like a proper Pokemon game. We'll see. So that's the Pokemon Go news. I have some Patreon news as well. Recently had somebody pledge $90 a month. Let me find out who this guy is. But that actually hit for a lot of my goals. As it stands, I have 3 new live streams to do. 3. Iron Blade donated enough a couple of weeks ago to get me up to the Pokemon X and Y live play. So I will be doing that. And then I have to get this guy's name because he deserves a lot of credit for this. Authenticator. I'm sorry. I was not prepared for this. I wasn't expecting to be home right now. I was expecting to be battling that gym, and that's where I'm going right after this. And then I'm going to take a shower following that. All right, so currently my patron is at $256 a month. Now, you might be wondering why I'm being so forward about this and honest about this. Well, first of all, you can see it on my Patreon page. Second of all, there's been a lot of stuff on YouTube lately regarding honesty between creators and those who support them. And I want you guys to always know that I'm going to be completely honest with you. This money does go towards improving the Let's Plays as well as towards bills. You've totally helped me out with bills several times. Now, of that $256 a month, that's not actually how much I see. A lot of, well, not a lot. There's a couple of people who signed on to patron me, and they pledged a certain amount, and then their cards were declined. They never responded to Patreon about it. But it's still reflected. I've reached out to them recently to let them know, just in case they missed the Patreon thing. And it's cool, guys. I understand things come up. But I might have to remove you from my Patreon if it's not being donated to, because otherwise it creates a false impression of how much I'm actually getting. And I don't want that. But we did hit these goals. Pokemon X and Y live on the Twitch channel. That'll be the next one that I do. Followed by Panzer Dragoon Saga. This will be played off of the Saturn. I have everything that I need to play it and stream it off of the Saturn. You're going to get the full experience. Panzer Dragoon Saga was one of the best 32-bit RPGs. It's one of the games that made me realize that Final Fantasy isn't actually that good. Unfortunately, it came out on the Saturn, which didn't really sell well because it was like $500 when it came out. I think it's like the second most expensive console release, mainstream console release, behind like the AES, which was like $1,000 or something stupid. It was released at the end of the lifespan. Very, very limited numbers of it. It's one of the collector's items. It's one of the few things in my collection that's actually probably valuable. But I have a copy, and I'm going to play it. A lot of people haven't gotten the chance to play it because Saturn emulation is kind of a mess, and Panzer Dragoon Saga is even harder to emulate than most of the other stuff. It's never seen a re-release because they lost the source code. So this may be the only way to play Panzer Dragoon Saga, and I think that everybody should at least get to experience it. And it's a shame that you can't play it, but I would like to play it for you. And then following that, I also have a Final Fantasy VII live stream. That was requested by you guys during the Dragon Warrior 4 marathon. That was at $225 a month. And currently, the next goal is at $300, and that's to do a live stream of Xenoblade Chronicles for the Wii, not X. You guys know I like playing things in order. I'll probably slip something else in there. I want to burn through these other 3 games first before Dragon Quest VII comes out in September, I think it is, because that will also be getting played. Let's see who that was so I can give a shout out to you. I'm going to give a shout out to really everybody who's been pledging and supporting, because you guys are awesome. I do want to make this my livelihood. I want this to be, you know, what pays the bills, not just what helps to pay the bills. I want to turn this amazing hobby into what I do for a living. I would love to, you know, stream for 4 hours a day and then edit videos for the other 4 hours a day. And that would also give me more time for my family. All right, so we've got Ashes. Everybody knows how supportive Ashes has been on Patreon. He was the one who was almost solely responsible. There were a lot of other people who contributed as well, but he was what got Dragon Quest X being streamed kickstarted. So Ashes, it's Tomoko Bro, who just pledged $90 a month. Thank you so much, Tomoko Bro. We've also got Robert Lee, Ironblade, Kayla, Fitzpatrick, Israel Camacho, Matthew Young, Matthew Dupuy. I messed that up. I am so sorry. I got it wrong. Matt. I'm sorry, I can't say your name correctly. Kamalama, Amesworth, Mark Malley, Evie Shaw, Alborio, Travis Wimet, and my good buddy Patrick. Patrick is also super supportive. Joins us on the stream sometimes, does Chrono Trigger, did Dragon Quest IX. So that was a lengthy, sweaty Quester's Rest. I'm going to get back out there. I'm going to go challenge a gym. Thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Even if you can't afford the Patreon stuff, just watching the videos and enjoying them and commenting on them. I love everything about this hobby. I would love to make it a job. And I've met a lot of great people doing this. So thank you to all of you. Check out Pokemon Go and stay tuned for Pokemon X and Y, Panzer Dragoon Saga, and Final Fantasy VII coming up, all hopefully before the release of Dragon Quest VII. I'm going to see how much of that I can knock out. I'm still in Dark Souls. I might have to take another break from that one, though, just to get these other games done. Fortunately, Pokemon X and Y is a really short game. Like, that might be the shortest of all the Pokemon games. Patrons, if you have a Pokemon request, please put it in, along with any names that you may prefer that I use on my Pokemon. And that'll also go for FF7. You can name characters in FF7. In Panzer Dragoon Saga, I'm fairly certain you can name the dragon. I think. I'll get back to you on that. Maybe we can find some way to, like, raffle a name. People also wanted some kind of, like, punishment game for the Souls series. I don't know how to do that. I've been brainstorming some ideas. Maybe I'll shoot them off of you. Maybe we'll do, like, a bidding thing. Maybe I'll have, like, cards that you can bid on, and on each of the cards is a punishment that's been submitted by somebody. We'll see. We'll see. Thank you so much for watching again. This is Saigan. See you all next time. I'm going to get back on my bike and go challenge this gym. Peace out, everyone.